In this video, we're going to learn how to use WC sessions to communicate between the iPhone app and the Apple Watch app. So let's create a new project. It will be a single view application and let's call it Communicator. Hit next and hit create. Now we will include the Apple Watch target into our project. So go to File, New and click on Target, and over here select the WatchKit app. Let's call it Apple Watch. Now before we begin making our app, let's include some image files into the project. So go to File, click on Add Files, and I will add some image files that I've already downloaded from icons8.com. I'll make sure to include the link in the description. Now go into your interface storyboard for the Apple Watch. Over here, we will put in some buttons. So we will put in 4 buttons inside a storyboard. Now go to your assistant editor view and we will make instances for these buttons. So we'll go into our interface controller.h file and click on the button, hold Control and drag it and drop it into the interface controller.h file. Make sure to change the connection type from outlet to action, and let's call it dog button. Similarly for the other buttons. Now we will change the label of these buttons according to the image files. So now let's go into our interface controller.m file. Now first of all, we will include the watch connectivity header file into our interface controller.m file. So now in our awake with context method, we will check whether a WC session is supported or not. In order to do that, we will do WC session is supported. If it is supported, we will make a variable for WC session and set it to the default session. Now we will change the delegate of this session to self and we will activate the session. Now what these lines of code do is they check whether your iOS or your Apple Watch device supports the WC session or not. Now you will notice we are getting an error over here. In order to fix this, we will just add the WC session delegate to this file. So WC session delegate, and you see the error is gone. Now we will create 2 global NS arrays to hold the value for the button and the other one to hold the value for the key. So let's do that. NS array value and NS array key. Now in our awake with context method, we will set the value for the key as NS array alloc with objects, and we will call it animal name. This key will be used in the NS dictionary that we will create to pass over data from the Apple Watch app into the iPhone app. Now let's go into a dog button method and set the value for the value variable as dog. So we'll do alloc init with objects and we'll call it dog. Now we will make an ns dictionary called dictionary, and we will initialize it with the object array called value and the key array called key. Now we will use a wc session method called send message method to send over data from the Apple Watch app to the iPhone app. You will notice that there are two methods over here which look similar: send message and send message data. Both these methods are used to send data across the iPhone and the Apple Watch, but they only differ in the type of data they send. Send message method sends over an NS dictionary, while the send message data method sends over NS data. So we will use the send message method for this project. So hit send message and the message dictionary will be dictionary. Now since we aren't going to receive any reply from the iPhone app, let's just set the reply handler to nil. Similarly, for the error handler, let's just set it to nil. Now we will do the same thing for the other three methods. Now we could copy the same code for the other three methods, or we could make a new method and reuse the same code. So let's do that. We'll make some space over here and create a new method. We will call it hit button method, and it will accept a parameter of ns string type, and the parameter will be called animal. Now we will write the implementation for this method, which will be just these 3 lines of code. So cut and copy it over here. Now we will change this to the parameter we receive from the 4 methods, from the 4 button methods, so animal. And over here we will write self hit button dog. Similarly for the other 3 methods. Alright, so the Apple Watch part is done. Now let's head over to our storyboard for the iPhone app.